There we go. Yeah, sometimes things just don't work, you know, and sometimes you're driving when you should be setting up the stream because real life happens. Hang on, let's just minimize that, get rid of that. Go over here. Okay, we should be good. Hands for free. Yeah, so now I'm actually at the mic. It should sound better. It just will have sounded a bit quiet. I'm going to lower my seat too. Right, let's move the phone out of the way.
Prime postcard registered! Exclamation mark Prime.
Jamie, thank you for the 61
Woo
months
tilde.
of Prime. More than 5 years. And Mute for the 31 months of Prime. More than 2.5 years. Hell yeah. Thank you guys. Mute was a tier 1. Jamie was a Prime. I have paint pots with white tack on because this is my painting handle. Look, it's Sunburst Yellow, your favourite, I'm sure. Not safe for work. Ooh. Right. So, you may have seen these guys floating around. These are my colour schemes. Now, does that look... This was clear earlier, but it's always fun when it suddenly stops working. Yeah, that seems clear. Right. Halfway across the room. Does it still sound difficult to hear? Wait, is it echoing? It should just be the one mic. Is it quiet? Hey, second D6. It's fine? Okay, cool. Yeah, I was away from the mic at the time, so hang on. I'll bring it a bit closer. There we go. Now it's right in front of me. Right. Are you serious? So before I started streaming, this would focus perfectly. Now that I've started streaming, it stopped focusing. I love it. It's some quality shit. Right. It seems to happen every time. Setting mode to movie. It already is set to movie, as far as I'm aware. But this time it worked. Anyway. So, this is the colour scheme, which, if you've played Helldivers, you may recognise this colour scheme. Because it's basically the colour scheme of the Planetary Defence Forces for Super Earth. So I thought it'd make an ideal Planetary Defence Force who are useless. And then this is a very simple way of doing Hive Fleet Leviathan for the Tyranids that are going to be invading the planet. Now the question is that slightly too bright or is it okay? Because I can turn the lights down slightly. And I think that balances a bit better. So what I'm thinking is we're going to start with Squad 1 of the Guard, who I have spray painted. Also, the scale difference between the new Guard and the old Guard is ridiculous. This looks like a human. This looks like something from the 80s. Hey, Johnny. Tyranids is what you need to be learning about, Zero. So I'm gonna set these guys up, and we're gonna try and speed paint them. And by speed paint, I mean paint multiple at once. Hang on. All right, we gotta adjust the white tack, stick it on. There we go. This is my first time handling like the new Guard as well, and I think they look great. I think they're really nice models. Also, the Tyranids I think came out pretty well. I managed to get them done yesterday. But I love these new Guard. They're so much more dynamic. I literally have loads of old Guardsmen, and they all look exactly like this. Yes, they're quite similar looking. Well, you know, it's giant bugs versus humans, so it's a pretty similar situation. No Tyranid painting? What do you mean? I'm going to start with the Guardsman, is what I said. Is he number 5? Yes. Then I've got waving person. What I really like about the new guard as well, the old guard, I am a grumpy old man. That is his entire. That's the entire persona of every Imperial Guardsman. However, the new Astra Militarum, I have built. I don't know if you can tell. Actually, is that feminine face? I think that's a feminine face. There are masculine and feminine faces. In fact, I counted. I think there's 22. There's 22 heads on the sprue. So you have, and half of them are feminine, half of them are masculine. It's actually great. Like, it's such a good representation of what they would do. So you get grumpy old gals as well. Yeah. But it's a great representation of, like, what the Astra Militarum is actually like, which is get as many people as you can, because we need them. That's it. The Imperium needs you to die now for us, so please do that. That's basically the entire thing. Also, to really drive home that this is like a new, like a standing force that doesn't know what they're doing. Here is oh for goodness sake, there we go. Here is I'm a rich boy with no knowledge of fighting, and literally I lead because I am rich. It feels very appropriate for the situation they're going to get into, and I'm excited to do like a campaign. But the cool thing is, right? Look, big guns, big friggin' guns. He's an officer, yeah. He's the commander of this force. Also big guns. These things are fucking massive, though. Like, the base is huge. Can you explain why you have to base coat spray paint? So the reason you don't necessarily have to use spray paint, but this spray paint is a special. It's not like just normal paint. It is what's called a primer, which means that it makes it so that if you painted on, I'm trying to think, I'll show you, but basically if you paint on a bare piece of plastic, like I've got a big pile of old gaunts over here that aren't spray painted. If you painted on this guy, you could just scratch the paint off. Literally, it would just rub off. But with the primer sticks and soaks into the paint, into the plastic, so that when you paint it, also the gun moves, which is fun. When you paint it, it will actually hold the paint and it won't rub off anywhere near as easily. It will last for a really long time, if not forever. Also, I want to show you my favourite new thing. How the Sentinels look now. Hang on. It's a Sentinel. It's a big walker, which is awesome. I also figured out, see up here, there's this little bit here. Now, there are some gaps on these. I haven't figured out a good way to kind of fill these things in, but it's not the end of the world. That little bit in the middle was on the top of this chair. So I was like, well, I don't need to put a full guy inside of an entirely enclosed vehicle. So now I have spare people in chairs, which means when it comes to making some story stuff, I actually have some things to create, like a command post or something where they're actually doing stuff. I'm really excited for being able to create terrain like that. But of course, conversely, we have the Tyranids. And when you see one of these guys, oh, I don't know how these guys are going to do with being painted on stream, but these guys are a really light colour, so it's going to be a bit difficult. But yeah, comparatively, there are just giant monsters with giant mouths, so that'll be fun. They're cute. Actually, to be fair, I do really like the new gaunts. Like, comparatively, the new gaunts, right? They just look so much more alive than the old ones, which look a bit like... you can't tell if their tails would actually be completely solidly straight all the time or not. Like, the difference is huge. GW have done a really good job of improving this setup. Also, I've just realised what will balance out the lighting. I'm going to turn my room light off. Oh. That seems easier for you guys. Okay. Does that seem easier for you guys? You can see a bit better? I feel like it's a bit clearer. Yeah. Okay. Also, the off-white spray paint. Any like light-coloured spray paint is such a pain in the butt to paint. Honestly. Alright, Frog, have fun. Enjoy your call. So, I didn't refill my paint water. I really needed more time to get ready. I gotta go refresh my paint water. I'll be back in a second, chat. Oh, while I'm gone, actually, enjoy Peanut Dreadnought. He looks like a peanut. Have I got something I can put under? Here is Peanut Dreadnought. Say hello to Peanut Dreadnought. I'll be right back. Hi guys. Sorry it took so long. Right, okay, we should be sorted now. That was Peanut Dreadnought. Also, if you're a Warhammer 40k knower and you want to see some old models, just ask. I have many very old models. Right, so as per the scheme, I need to paint a lot of this guy in a light colour. So, I've forgotten what colour it was, because I am very good at painting. Okay, it was this. You didn't like it? Oh, got any orcs? I do, actually. I have a whole box of orcs that are kind of unfinished. Let me grab one thing. I'm going to show you guys an old model, an old kit bash. I think I've partially taken it apart though. Oh god. I don't think this is entirely connected together, but a long time ago I cut a truck in half, and I didn't use flex tape to fix it, but I did. Hang on, there we go. So this is from a long time ago, and in the back it's like done as a transport thing. This is actually a piece of tissue paper soaked in glue to then be put over the top to make this cover. Somewhere I need to take a picture of it to share, but I have a really old model which was interestingly, I was taking this apart, so now there's like a forward-leaning platform which looks kind of funny. I was taking stuff apart and sorting things out because I've been repacking everything, and the trailer fell off the truck. Sure fucking did. I was resourcing all of my older stuff, and I forgot about this model, but I have a stomper, but it's actually a squig with a mouthful of guns. At some point I'm going to post it on Instagram, but basically it's the right scale to go with a stomper to be a squig, and it looks hilarious. I need to fix its legs, but yeah, I'm excited to do that. Right. Okay, so I've been kind of getting my head back around painting recently, and yeah, just don't let me forget. I need to post a lot of stuff. Oh, I have a squig-off as well, but this is a squig that is a stomper. Right, so everyone says too thin coats, and they tell you to mix loads of water in. I'm not exactly going to do that. 50-50. You want to get a Tau army? That's cool. Right, so this is going to be the messiest stage because this is the base cloth. It is going to end up with 2 coats just to finish things off. But you'll see. It should work okay. Yeah, that seems to be alright. Next time I do a painting stream, I want to move my camera to the other side. Because I'm left-handed, I can't actually... I kind of semi-block you guys from seeing. And I think the answer is to have the camera kind of over my brush. They're your favourite. I've painted a couple of Tau. I've got a couple of battle suits kicking around. And a few Tau. But I'm not a fan of painting them that tan colour. It just looks a bit rubbish, in my opinion. Oh, so one of the things also that we've got to figure out today, the old Imperial Guard don't really have any straps or anything. So we've got to figure out how we're going to deal with that. Like, these guys have backpacks now. You can see it there. So I'm thinking brown. I'm thinking like a dark brown for the backpacks so that they just look a bit different and it gives it a third colour. Because old Imperial Guard kind of get 2 colours and that's it. That's their entire lives. I love the new collar design as well. Old Imperial Guard had a terrible design for their collars. I thought they looked a bit poopy. The other thing is that when these Guard came out, Cadia was blown up, so there's a lot more like stuff to carry around with them, that kind of thing. That's fair, Above Earth. Honestly, watch the campaign and enjoy that. And just, if you want to know things, just ask. But yeah, there's no pressure to start playing. But if you're ever interested, I'm always happy to chat about it. I found out, actually, because Frosty's dad had to bring the car here and then I had to drive him back and stuff because I don't have a car right now. It's gone to the garage. I was talking to him about tabletop games, and he said when he used to play tabletop games, he was telling me that he used to find all the like grey areas in the rules. And so I was like, so you were a rules lawyer? And yeah, it turns out my future father-in-law is a rules lawyer, chat. How terrible is that? Yeah, I mean, we need those watches for when we do the campaign. No more Googling for me, that's fair. You can just find out by following along with the campaign. It's going to be a lot more fun because you're going to watch as my players freak out when like a giant Tyranid creature appears and stuff like that. Like, that's what I'm most excited for. I'm taking on players who've never played the game before, except for Owen, but he's got to be a sneaky beaky boy, so you know, things won't be a surprise for him. He's playing the ancient race. Oh, thanks, Sarah. I'll have a drink in just a second. But yeah, Owen's going to be playing the Ancient race, which means that they already know everything. And it also means I can plan stuff with Owen, because his game's going to be different. Where these 3 armies are going to play like normal 40k games. The Eldar are going to get into what's called kill team games, with the intention that they should never be found out. They're helping the Tyranids, but no one knows why. The pensioners. Okay, they're not quite as ancient as those. The pensioners, or the old ones, as you might call them. But yeah, the idea is that the Eldar should never get kind of found out. If they fail their mission, then they're going to end up having to have normal 40k fights, but it's going to start out with combat patrols. Because apparently Eldar are overpowered at the moment. So I think it works quite well to kind of... If they get found out, they're on the back foot when they join the campaign. I hate how out of focus this keeps getting, though. That's super annoying. Right. So get all this. Just getting a second coat so that it's nice and solid. He's got shaving cream all over his face. He's terrible at shaving, chat. Look at that. Terrible. 30 fucking rude, Zero. Anyway, yeah, so Zero's going to be big gribbly monsters. Sam is going to be the human element, the Imperial Guard, which is what these guys will be. God, I love these models. They're so nice. Jamie is going to be the Space Marines, the superhuman element, which surely I have a Space Marine here right now. Do I not have a Space Marine up? I've taken them all downstairs to spray. Oh no, here's some. Just to give you an idea of the difference in scale. Oh. Here's a superhuman, and here's a human. They are side by side. Look at the difference. Isn't that awesome? I love it. Is this a 10-foot tall superhuman and a 6-foot tall human? It's just such a cool thing. Anyway, this guy has his base colour on, which means I can now do the next one. Just going to give this a clean. Throw my brush sock over here. One of my favourite things about me painting is that whenever someone who like plays Warhammer and regularly paints turns up, they're like, "What do you mean a brush sock?" And it's exactly what I mean. It's a sock I use to dry my brushes. Because that is how I do things. But yeah, so we're starting out with 4 factions. The first game is going to be a combat patrol game, so that you guys who don't really know 40k can kind of learn the basics. So you will find out what... do you know what? I'm going to wait for the ad break to end. I think that's reasonable. I'm just going to keep painting. I'll talk to you about it when they get back.
You have been selected to receive a pass card.
Above, thank you for gifting a sub to Kitchen. That was very kind of you. Thank you. Right. Let's just wait. Come on, ads. End. Ads, no one likes you. Go away. Oh, God. Thank you for the 2 subs, Dr. Insano. fucking rude. Right, the ads will be over soon. Quickly, make sure everyone is subscribed so that they don't have to see ads anymore. I think we should try and aim to, like, make my ad revenue as low as possible using the automated ads. Oh my god. Thank you for the 2 subs, Sarah. We're at 480. Hell yeah, thank you. I think we should try and get my ad revenue to be as low as possible so that all it does is effectively remove pre-roll ads for new people to come and see the stream. Scared the crap out of me. Oh, I'm so sorry.
The democracy!
Ah! Thank you for the 200 bits, Viv. Oh, it's a hype train. Chat, it's already in level 2. Quick. Someone subscribe or use a resub or something. I'm painting. Anyway, the ads are over. Yeah, so there's going to be 4 factions. The first game's going to be a combat patrol game.
Group postcard purchase complete.
Frog, thank you for gifting a sub to Ashy. Oh, it's not quite enough to finish the level. I'm sorry. Don't forget, chat, it's brand new. Oh, hype train emote. So now is the time to get in on a hype train. Sarah, thank you for the 2 subs. Thank goodness I was getting more paint at the time. Yes, so there's brand new hype train emotes. But yeah, the first game's going to be Combat Patrol. Because I know a lot of you don't know 10th edition or even 40k. So I want to give you a kind of starter thing. To give you a chance to kind of learn what the game is like, what the rules are like, and see how you play the game. Imagine having democracy in 40k. I know. Where? Oh wait, the Tau. The Tau was supposed to have democracy, and then they kind of rewrote them. Maybe I should do another playthrough of Fire Warrior. Last time I played it was when I first started dating Frosty. And it was it's a very weird game. It's very hard to get to work. And it also uses controller acceleration, so it's really weird. That was 9th edition. Yeah, 10th has changed quite a bit. Stands for Kelvin. Oh yes, definitely. That's what that stands for. But yeah, I want basically these guys are going to be the Planetary Defense Force. So because it's going to be set on an agri-world, the world of Lavivia. Hey, Wild Dragonite, enjoy the sub, enjoy all the emotes. There's some very kind people here who will gift subs, so you'll get a chance to have access to 60 emotes or something now. Some ridiculous number of emotes. But yeah, so the idea is, because it's an agri-world, the agri-world of Lavivia, they've never had to deal with anything in particular. They've just kind of lived their lives farming and kind of getting on with it and helping the Imperium by providing food to the other planets in the system. So these guys are effectively just the local police force. Do we just need a dynamic emote count crib sheet? I mean, kind of, yeah. But yeah, so these guys don't know... They don't know war, they just know farm. And so they're in their brightly coloured fatigues with their bright blue armour. And they're like, yeah, we know what to do. Should be okay. They're actually shitting themselves, standing in a field, waiting to fight the Tyrannid hordes. Not knowing what's coming. Which is part of why I'm excited for people to not really know what the other armies have in them, because I want to see them underestimate an enemy and just get absolutely eaten alive by them. Is that bad for the players? Maybe. Will it upset them a little bit? Small chance. But they've got to understand this isn't a normal 40k campaign. This is like Adventure Zone. I want to make a story. So yeah, this first fight is this planetary defense force going into battle, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe it turns out that actually the inhabitants of this planet, for many years they've been farmers, and they've outlived all sorts of hardships and making sure that they can provide enough for the whole system. Maybe they're more powerful than we know and they're going to make it through. Or maybe I need to paint pee-pee marks onto their pants because they pissed themselves and just all died. But we won't know until we fight. But the plan is, once we have that initial fight, the best warriors in the known universe. Have you seen the new... God, what's that sci-fi movie that's coming out on Netflix in 3 parts? Because she's a farmer, but it turns out she was a warrior and stuff. But, it might turn out that their grit from farming is enough to carry them through. I'm excited to do that. The other thing is... they're going to be reinforced by the death core of Krieg. I got a level 2 hype train emote. I got to share it. Chat, we need to get some level 5 hype trains going so we can earn all the new emotes. Look. Personal best. I actually like that one a lot. That's very cute. That's a speedrunner one. What was I saying? Oh yeah, they're going to be backed up by the death core of Krieg. Why are they getting death core? Because not very far from where this is set is Vrax, where they're from. No message for you either? Oh, weird. I'm sorry. It is a bit bugged. Basil!
Traveller.
Thank you for the 58 months.
Painting.
Welcome back. Yes, painting. Thank you. Yeah, so Vrax is not far away. And these boys are about to break their way out of the siege of Tyranids. So it should be fun. Also because I really like Krieg, and I've always wanted to get a Krieg army. But it works for the story. Because you've basically got a small PDF, some guard need to turn up, and the Krieg are the most interesting, especially with the new Horus Heresy stuff turning up. That is going to add a whole bunch of old school equipment that the Krieg use. Right. Isn't that is what isn't what early? Pre-heresy, you mean? Yeah, basically, the way that the Krieg work, they've been in civil war for a really long time. And to the point that a lot of their stuff is old equipment that they've reconfigured. So the idea is they've made their way over here with what they have. They are the closest guard to help. So they've come to help out. And as that escalates, the Space Marines will arrive in the form of the Crimson Fists, who, in the opposite direction, Rin's world, which is their home world, is not very far away. Now, this system contains a planet called Griffon 4. And it's a very relevant planet because it's one of only 2 that can produce the Lehman Russ Vanquisher. That's not important right now. What's important is we need to stop the food source for this entire system from going down and being eaten by Tyranids. And you're going to need Space Marine help. Also, Space Marines are really cool because this is not a cool thing actually. If you see a Space Marine, shit's bad. Shit's real bad, chat. If you've gone as far as seeing a Space Marine, because if you were in the Imperium, chances are you're going to go your entire life never seeing a Space Marine. So if a Space Marine has turned up, things are going very badly. Now, if Space Marines have turned up in Terminator armor, things are going even worse. Yes. So the Space Marines are going to turn up in this campaign. Because for some reason, the Tyranids seem to keep breaking through, and we don't know why. We don't know what's going on. But there is a 4th faction who are the bad guys in this. And it's the Eldar. And we don't know why, but they're helping the Tyranids. They're making sure the Tyranids can get through the defenses and take over the planet and stuff. But we don't know why. We don't know what they're trying to use them for. Because there's no way that Eldar would work with the Tyranids. I mean, the Tyranids don't work with anyone. They eat everything. Of course they're bad. I mean, they do things for the good of the universe. The galaxy. They want to defeat their major enemies and all of that. And make up for the fact that they birthed Slaanesh. And all that stuff. And basically, the plan is that Levivia exists in the same system as Griffon 4. And 1 and 2 and 3, I guess. I think the likelihood is that planets like that are start out named as, Griffon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. And then as time goes on, they get their own names. However, Griffon 4 is a forge planet, a forge world, so the Adeptus Mechanicus are a bit of a stickler for keeping names the same. But anyway, I've got to put together a map. I've got a lot of plans for different locations on the planet. The general thing is going to be, there's going to be lots of fields because it's a farm. Then we've got to have at least 2 storage warehouses, which the Tyranids are going to want because that's full of food. A fuel processing plant for making the fuel that gets sent out to run all the vehicles, and a central city, and a spaceport. So you've effectively got 5 different types of locations. I'm also planning to make sci-fi Land Rovers so that they'll be somewhere on some of the maps, and you'll be able to be like, I want to drive this and take my squad of 5 men somewhere, and you'll roll 2d6. And basically, there'll be different chances. So, Tyranids won't be able to do it, but Guard will have a +3 because they're, grown adult humans who've lived among these things for years. There's still a chance they could panic and mess up, but it's only a small chance. But the Eldar, for example, could use it as cover for getting to somewhere. I think the Eldar are going to end up having the most interesting story because they're not going to fight normal battles unless they get absolutely caught out. With the intention that... Got a license for that, yeah. So the intention is that the Eldar, I'm going to be writing some really complex like missions and stuff where they've got to sneak somewhere, break through, and if everything goes wrong, they got to kill everyone in the area. All the guards, which again, these guys, you know, the PDF will get reused as guards. I've realised I moved this away when I was showing you the Dreadnought. There we go. That's much better. But yeah, so these guys will get reused to defend areas and that kind of thing. And I really like the idea of doing long rolling boards with the idea that as they travel through the board, we'll shift the terrain down and some of it will disappear behind them. But yeah, it should be really fun and interesting to see what the Eldar are doing that time, like sabotaging power stations and things like that. But yes, we're starting with one game of Combat Patrol to show you guys how the game works and hopefully get interest. And then we will move on to one planet to kind of get... What have I done with my paint? I have not got enough paint. Then it will be, you know, it'll go one Combat Patrol to show I'm serious because I'm planning to do some real complex terrain and crazy stuff. He's like, come this way, not I gotta smack the butt of my gun to get the laser source out. Right. Yes, Combat Patrol will show you how it works and get interest. Then do one planet. But I actually have a story for the entire
New cultist.
for the entire system. Wild Dragonite, thank you for the follow. Was that Wild Dragonite that followed? I think so, yes. Yes, it was. Thank you. So, that's the plan. As long as my players can turn up, because there's going to be... On one week we do games. On the alternating week we do some roleplay stuff, like D&D style, where we are going to have people, if they've taken a place, we're going to roleplay like, oh, what do you do with this place? What's the location like? And each of them are going to have a character sheet for their commanders. Face and shoes by accident by now. It's bear in mind I've been painting for a decade. Oh, longer actually. I started playing this game at 13. Fucking hell, I started playing this game 19 years ago. I'm old. But yeah, so the character commanders are all going to have character sheets to kind of represent how good they are. It'll be D&D-esque. It won't last super long, but it's something we can do online. Kind of sort things out for it. That is exactly what Ciro will do. Because Ciro's character is effectively a brain that lives in a spaceship. I will give players the chance to blow up said brain at some point. I actually already have plans for how the terrain is going to look and how that's going to work. But it is entirely dependent on the human side stopping the Tyranids fairly effectively. If they have bad matches and they're overall losing, by the end of the campaign they won't get the chance. And they're going to have to fall back to the next planet. If they do really well, they're going to get to go onto the ship, and Zero is going to have to throw every single thing he has at what arrives. Also, it'll be a simultaneous game because I really want to make it difficult for everyone. So I'm going to be doing some studying of how people cover games and that to streamline it. Part of that will be creating a way to automatically increment point values and stuff, because you earn like capture points and things as you play 40k games. So I'm going to be setting up a stream deck to automatically have the players count their points, with the idea that being that if the players forget to count their points, they basically, it's going to represent miscommunication and a failure to like failure of comm systems or connection to the hive mind, that kind of thing. Hi. Oh, sorry, I'm holding this too high up. Hang on, I'm gonna move this here because I'm liking holding it like this. Hi, Frosty. I can't really let you in right now. I know I'm surrounded by boxes. Are you okay?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
I was gonna come in and give you a kiss on the cheek. And I can't because there's fucking Warhammer in the way of our relationship.
Actually, that's like returns and things.
That doesn't make me happier.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too. Honestly. How's it going?
Yeah, good. I'm having a good chat
blurry.
with people. I know, I can't... Sometimes the camera just decides that it's not going to be focused anymore.
How rude.
I know, it's really annoying. Right,
Looking good,
let's see.
though.
This is how I want to hold it.
Looking very creased. He's got creases. Hi, Zero.
Why is it blurring so bad around the edges?
I don't know. Anyway, bye.
Bye. Anyway, that should be alright for now, at least. Right. We'll figure that out later. She's getting better. She's a lot better than she was. She's going to try going into work tomorrow after the bank holiday and see how that goes. Camera has ADHD. Yeah, it kind of feels like it, doesn't it? I've tried asking people who stream painting in the past how they set their camera up, and none of them can give me like a proper response. It's such a pain. Hey Xavier, how you doing? Anyway, where was I with the story? We're going to start on Levivia. You're going to have to hold the planet. There's going to be custom terrain, which includes... Excuse me, please focus on what I'm painting. Thank you. It's probably these guys. Let's move the guys out of the way. Out of the way, guys. Yeah, that's a lot better. There we go. It's the guys. Oh, yes. Yeah, so if people forget points, you know, I won't be super bad about it, but, you know, there's going to be a thing that you can just press a button and it adds the points to. So if you forget, that's kind of bad. And you should have done better. But yeah, there will be human elements to it. I'm really excited about that as well. Like, I absolutely feel like we're going to be getting a lot of good story from it. And that's what I want most. And this all actually fits in with the current 10th edition story where Ogram fell. And the idea is Levivia is kind of adjacent to Ogram. Yeah, I know my history, chat. But I only know my Warhammer history. I don't know real history. Don't ask me about real life history, okay? Just ask me about Warhammer history and I can tell you about that. Hello, Oliver. How you doing? But yeah, we're going to get So we'll get the campaign going with that. Assuming it's popular, we will do the rest of the planets in the system, which means we can move on to different types of planets. Terrain. That's what I was going to say. I'm going to be 3D printing terrain and using some official Warhammer stuff with the idea that it's going to mix together into like this proper world that all fits together nicely. Does this look level even enough? I think this is even enough. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything completely because I have to do a wash after. Seems good. Don't think I've missed any. No? Maybe that bit in there actually. Helicopter grind? What do you mean? Okay, got that done. Okay, so that's 4 out of 8 that I'm currently doing. Not real life. It is, but shush. Yeah. Excuse me. So, what was I saying? Yes, with the terrain, I'm planning to light it. So I'm going to actually use LEDs and stuff to light up the terrain and have the world just feel a bit more alive. That's why I'm going to have some of these like Land Rover type things and trucks and stuff that you can kind of get into and kind of take over. With the plan that, it'll kind of open up the world and give you a chance to kind of see what's going on and the chance to change the tide of a battle with just the most ridiculous play of like, I'm going to put them in a car and launch them across the map. Stuff like that. I think the problem is that they're grinding the helicopter. I'm pretty sure they're just supposed to fly. And not like grind along the floor. That's the problem. So anyway, let's keep this going. Also trains. There will be a train scene. There will be at least one train scene. Because we all know every transport technology comes back to trains. So we have to have a train at some point. Okay? It just doesn't make sense not to have a train appear somewhere in the campaign. It will be a sci-fi train. And not a steam train. Very sad, I know. But trains. Tanned flesh? Oh yes, this is tanned flesh. These paint pots I'm using to hold the models are actually really old Games Workshop paints from when I first started playing. Yeah, so that's kind of the gist. That's why I'm painting 2 combat patrols, one of guard and one of Tyranids, because I'm going to do all of that. And as the teams gain and lose improvements, I will be adding conversions to the models to represent their improved abilities and things like that. Now, do you guys have any questions? It's an ad break. I will wait. But if you have questions, please ask them. I think I need to move the camera to the other side to make life easier, but I'm going to have to do that for the next time I stream painting. Yeah, they're empty paint pots. It's not called tanned flesh anymore. But yes, ask me questions, chat. Come on. Ask me things you'd like to know. Enough information for... That's okay, Basil, don't worry. There are other people here. You don't have to take it on yourself. Is it tasty? Well, as we can see, Ciro is very much into character for the campaign. Sorry, I'm just adding a tiny bit to this guy's neck here because I realised that was missed. That one's not, that one's fine. Okay. Yes, in case anyone hasn't realised, Ciro is playing the Tyranids, devourers of all life. Apparently, some people have been theorising that the Tyranids are running away from something worse. I think that's a load of rubbish, to be honest. Yeah, I've got to spread that bit of paint out so it doesn't ruin things. But yes, the central focus of the campaign, when we get to it, will be Griffon 4 or 6. I need to double check, I can't remember. Ever make the God Emperor return to life? I think so. Based on how things are going, I do think that they're going to bring the Emperor back to life. I think they'll do a model for him, but I think they'll make him so prohibitively expensive that he won't be any use in the game. And at the very least, we'll get it for Horus Heresy. Not sure if there's any basis in canon lore. Oh, what? Bring the Emperor back? So, here's why I think they're going to do it, and why I didn't used to think they were going to do it. Originally, in the lore, he dead. He dead on chair. He just psychic now. We feed psychers, he stay alive, but only in spirit. He's basically a flashlight, powered with a battery of dying psychers for like 4,000. So, but in the recent rewrite of the Horus Heresy, in the form of the Siege of the Palace and stuff, some of the wording says he can take on whatever form he wants. Flashlight. Oh my god. Anyway, he's just a big torch that sends out light into the warp. But yeah, in the recent stuff, they've been saying like, oh, he can take on whatever form he wants. He appears as who he needs to be at that time. Which means, and that's the key thing, he appears as who he needs to be at that time. Now, the only thing that they have to avoid is accidentally being like, yeah, so the Emperor is Jesus. That's the main thing they have to avoid, because that gets messy, and that's something you don't want for your tabletop war game. I don't think I've missed anything on this guy, have I? No, he's all good. Next one. Which makes what you guys are saying even worse. But yeah, it's the whole, he can take on whatever vision you want. which suggests to me that there's a very good chance that they're going to go, okay, the next big story is the Emperor comes back to life because Reboot has found what he needed, and then they're going to be like, okay, now the Emperor's back, we can expand the galaxy, because it expands out in one direction, and now the Tyranids are coming from the south, which is a direction that the Imperium had never spread. And like the next bit of story will be like the new Great Crusade and effectively repeating the Horus Heresy, but with different things, and expanding southwards, and expanding the universe map. That's how it feels, anyway. I don't write for Games Workshop. That's just a theory. A Warhammer 40k game theory. Now I'm gonna paint this man's butt crack. It's all glamorous work when it's 40k. You paint butt cracks and theorize the return of the Emperor. Anyway. What does terrain look like for Warhammer 40k? So usually it's like ruined buildings and stuff. Because we're on an agri world, I'm going to be making like farmed fields. Oh, that's another thing. As part of the terrain, which will be painted, as the campaign progresses, depending on if the Tyranids are winning or the Imperium is winning, the planet terrain will progressively get more and more messed up, but in different ways. So if the Imperium are winning, fields will get muddier, downed bio things will be spread around more often, and there'll be a couple of dropped ships. If the Tyranids are winning, that shit's covered in Tyranid bio things. The Emperor's fragmented. Well, there's nothing officially written about like that discussion. And bear in mind, the current conversation for, the current timeline for Games Workshop, only the past, I would say since 3rd edition, in like, what was that, 1999? So it's been 25 years. I don't know. It could happen in the next 25 years that they bring the Emperor back. But I do think that's the way it's leaning. Because they can't have Reboot Gilliman be the Emperor in proxy forever. It's too confusing of a situation. I gotta move this guy so that this focuses properly. What a great clip, Frog. Thanks. Oh dear. Yeah, there'll be like spawning pools and Tyranid spore towers releasing crap into the air, and they'll all like be coming up through the fields and all of that. I just really like the idea of an evolving battlefield where you can see things getting worse as the campaign goes on. The only thing is, it's going to take a lot of time. I'm going to have to put a lot of focus into
Pass card reactivated.
Hey, Trader, thank you for the 47 months. 1 month off of 4 years.
47 months? Is a bald assassin going to get me with a fish now?
God, I haven't played Hitman for a while. But thank you so much for continuing to be a subscriber, Trader. It's good to see you back in chat. Nesbitt Empress does warp shenanigans and takes part of himself out so he can fight Horus. Star Child. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I haven't read the latest version of the story. I still need to post pictures of my first edition army. Actually, that's what the Dreadnought's from. I've got a couple of Vindicators sat. I need to wash my brush again. Turns before taking up the... Yeah, the ones that are still alive. I'm a bit concerned about how they're going to handle Vulcan. Also, yeah, my first edition army has 2 more old Vindicators waiting to be added. So we've got to sort that out. Yeah, I need to. I really do. I'm really bad at doing it because I feel like I don't know what you're supposed to do with tags and stuff. I don't feel like I do them properly. So I need to learn that. There we go. Into a god in the warp. Oh, so that's an interesting thing because back in first edition, the warp didn't just contain bad chaos gods. There were also gods of good stuff. And I have been wondering if they're going to kind of write that back into the lore. Because it feels like something they could do. Feels like something that would fit, you know? Oh yeah, this guy doesn't have a backpack. There we go. I can actually paint stuff on this guy's back. Cool. Right, it's going to need a second coat on this. Can you guys see okay? Am I doing alright for the angle and stuff? But yeah, in theory the Emperor is a god. Or was a god already. It's a bit complicated. Did you know back in the day I made stat lines for Primarchs before they were a thing in the game? I actually made a few Primarchs and we played some like Horus Heresy style games before Horus Heresy was a thing with 5th edition rules. It was really fun. This was also back in the day when each Games Workshop would send someone up to head office once a month to talk about what they were doing at their stores and what was going on. It's like a big thing Games Workshop used to do of like, because they had the whole chain in one place, they could be like, what are people doing at our stores? What's everyone interested in? And then they could use that to release what people actually wanted. I think that's where the Horus Heresy models came from, is the fact that, you know, a lot of stores ended up with people all doing Horus Heresy things on their own terms and making their own stuff. I always thought that was very cool. Oh yeah, the Emperor's going to be way off. You know, 20 years? Probably 20 years. Every 3 years is a new edition. And 1 to 2 Primarchs, effectively. Although a bunch of them have died, so... I'm looking forward to seeing how they handle Lehman Russ, actually. Oh, when I made my Lehman Russ model, it is literally a scaled up version of the first edition model of Lehman Russ. So it's just a guy with like a back banner. I never made his wolves though in the new scale. I have his old wolves in the old scale. Andy would find that one quite interesting, actually. I should probably take pictures so he can see those models. Okay, I need some more paint. Do I have a favourite faction/chapter? So, Black Templars. Pretty simple. I played Black Templars for the longest. I thought they had the coolest lore. Had the most fun with them. If I was to go back to just playing normally, I'd probably want to do a Black Templars army. What's funny about my Black Templars is all of the infantry I had in a bag at my local shop at one point, and someone came in and stole them. They just picked up the bag and walked out, and the staff member was bloody useless, to be honest. He didn't make any point of it, so I couldn't chase after him because I didn't know what was going on. And the good thing about it is that we contacted Games Workshop's. I think we emailed like their head office, like someone high up. I was given an email. And my dad emailed them and was like, this happened in one of your shops. You should replace this. And they went, well, we don't normally do this, but... And they sent me brand new of every model I'd lost. And so I have my entire army back again. I never finished painting it again a second time because, you know, I had finished painting my regularly used army. But I got it all spray painted and rebuilt, and they sent me all the stuff. It was just really kind of them to kind of replace it for me in that way. I still have the cardboard box they sent it to me because it says on the side of it, it says FW resin. Because originally the box they sent it in was a box that they
Warning.
Oh hey,
Raid
Master
incoming.
Ben, thank you for the raid. How's it going? Were you painting Warhammer as well? But yeah, so they sent me all the replacement stuff in a box that the Forge World resin would come in, which is you know, a cool thing. It was nice to see it like how it comes in. Hello, Canfoud. How you doing? Oh, there we go. How you doing, Master Ben? Were you playing? Were you painting Warhammer? Was it a Warhammer thing for you today? Or were you doing something similar? Were you doing something else? Maybe Minecraft?
Your presence is appreciated.
Maybe you were following me on Twitch. Thank you, Master Ben. Very much appreciated. I'm just in the process of painting up some guard for our planetary defense force. Hello, Xenoverse. How you doing? It's been a long time since I've like painted on stream, to be fair. Thank you. They are currently just this colour, but they will be like this. This is a test model I did. So we're going to have them as planetary defense force for a campaign that I'm going to be running, where Tyranids turn up. Oh my god, please focus. There we go. Tyranids are going to turn up and eat everything, so that's fun. And we're also going to have Crimson Fists, who I need to do their transfers for and finish these guys. And Eldar, who are going to be sneaky boys, sneaking around trying to figure things out. So it's exciting. I'm painting 4 armies for it, and I will not play a single game. I will effectively be the games master. But yeah, I've got so much story that I've got planned, and I'm really excited. And if you guys would like to see where that campaign goes, please do drop a follow. It's not the only thing I do, though. I am a variety streamer, so I've been playing a lot of Minecraft. where we've been working together to build an automated set of factories connected by trains. That's always fun. And just generally playing a lot of different games. I'm actually going to be doing a Fallout New Vegas playthrough soon. That will be modded, but only slightly. I need to make it prettier. Wolf will conduct the train in the train episode, yeah. Yep, not playing a single army. I will, however, be conducting the campaign and hopefully creating a lot of story. That's my main thing. I'm excited for things to be interesting and for my players. 3 out of 4 of my players haven't played 40k before, with the plan being that this should focus. There we go. With the plan being that when they, like, say, my guard player runs into a giant Tyranid monster, they're just going to be like, what the hell is that? Which is exactly how it should be in a 40k universe situation. A guardsman is not going to know what a Carnifex is when it gets fucking eaten by it. You know? I love that idea. I'm very excited. Yeah, so my plan is to kind of keep things to the lore as much as I can. Canfoud, thank you for the follow. I hope I'm saying your username right, by the way. Please let me know if I've said it wrong. And I'll do my best to get it right for you. In the meantime, I'm painting a pair of legs. Fun. But yeah, we've got a lot of models to paint. Suffice to say, I will not only be painting these on stream, but I do now have this focus of like, okay, these armies need to be done. I need to have terrain done. If you guys have ever heard of, it's called something like the Fight on the Farm, and it's the example fight in the first edition rulebook. 106. Oh my goodness. So it's been a little while. But it's been 166 days of getting to this point. And also real life sucking. But there we go. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just getting this done. Anyway, yeah, in first edition there was a fight on a farm. And yeah. Tyranids are slow and have dull and not at all sharp talons. Exactly. This is why I love this idea. It's also based on the very first time that they ran into Tyranids. Oh yeah, I went through my bits box and I have way more. Oh, no worries, Canfoud. Thank you for dropping by. Hopefully we'll see you again in the future. Yeah. So, if you guys know about that campaign thing from the first edition rulebook, you'll be very pleased when you watch the first game, because my plan is to base it on that layout. I've no idea how it's going to turn out, but I fully expect... I'm expecting big things from the Tyranids so that when we go into the campaign, I can give the Tyranids lots of cool shit. Otherwise the Guard will get the cool shit for doing a good job. That's kind of where it's going. So we'll have to see. But only the dice can decide. And though I have like this framework for what we're going to do, I am fully prepared for this to go either way. Whatever happens, it will still be a good campaign and a lot will still happen. And if not, I get to write another campaign. My God. Can donations also decide stuff? So I do want to add an element of someone just dropped 20 subs, the weather is now foggy, that kind of thing. But I also would like it if we could name every character. With the theory that if you join the Ko-fi at certain levels, a character will be named after you, like a foot troop, and you can be like, you can become like a $5 Astra Militarum Ko-fi, and then you become an Astra Militarum foot soldier. And you can kind of follow whether you get absolutely slaughtered or not in the 41st millennium. Which I'm sure is just what everyone wants. Is to find out if they get absolutely slaughtered in the 41st millennium. Twitch integrated Warhammer. That's sort of where I want it to go, yes. I have to sit down and really plan it out. But I do think we're once again going to be doing first of its kinds on this stream, which is what I've been doing for a really long time. And people still don't know, which I think is really quite funny. But there's a lot of things we did first on this channel. Mostly breaking things and making Twitch change their rules. But there we are. To be fair, I'm currently breaking things by streaming at the bitrate I'm streaming at. How many of the cult is eaten by Zero? Yeah. So the way it works with the Crusade rules is that, yes, you can actually die a horrible death. But the way it works with Crusade rules is if a squad gets wiped out, they roll a dice. And if they roll a 1, they get a negative to their squad. And some of them can be quite harsh. So you could be the absolutely injured one in your squad and just have the worst time. And I really love the idea of us finding out who is the unluckiest of us in the 41st millennium. But yeah. I hope you guys like the idea of a campaign. And like making all this work, because I am very excited to get started. Also, I know mass painting models is not the most interesting thing in the world, because I'm literally painting one color on 8 guys right now. Stream crimes. Stuffing Twitch's... Yes, no, I'm technically streaming at a bitrate that Twitch don't think I should stream at. But I'm doing it because the quality is higher, which helps with some of the things that I do on stream, like painting. But as long as I don't like tell everyone how to do that, we should be okay. It took me a little bit to realize what I had to do. Oh, ad break. And you're all having some sort of aneurysm, as usual. Right, we will not talk more until the ad break is complete. But yeah. Have you guys got anything you'd like to see in the campaign? Like, seriously? Things you'd like to see in the campaign? Anything that you're like, actually, I would love to see something specific happen, or have you ever like thought, oh, this would be so cool to do in 40k? Some of you may, you've never played 40k, but dice. You want to see dice in 40k? Okay, wonderful. I will include d6, and on alternating weeks there will be d20s. Cabbages. Oh fuck, I could do that, Frog. I'll try and get some scaled cabbages for one of the fields. A silly enemy to appear? Could absolutely do that. There will be roleplay on alternating weekends, that's the plan. Apparently there won't be any dice. Above Earth rolled too low. No dice in this campaign. You have to roleplay every shot, and if you don't do good enough, you miss. Oh dear. A dice. Maybe there's more. Okay, good point. Good point. It could be multiple. Is the reason. Yeah, you got a good point there. Yes. Also, have you got... How many will survive? 5. Jesus. Have you guys seen my post in the Discord about the New Vegas playthrough and how I need you guys to suggest mods if there's any you want? Like to see? You should go and check the announcements channel if you haven't and you're modding aficionado, because I'd very much like to get the game looking as nice as possible to play New Vegas. And I'm also going to choose Wild Wasteland so we get some like crazy stuff happening to make it more interesting. Should be fun. Rolled a 4. Oh god. I have plans for an escape mission so that if everything goes wrong, you can try to escape. And the idea is that it will affect how well prepared you are for the next mission, because you'll get rewards based on how many civilians you save. Not because you're saving civilians, mind you. It's more because you're denying the Tyranids biomass. That's literally it. We don't care about humans. There's too many. You can just replace them at any given moment. Saving civilians. For not Tyranids, it's getting them to ships to then get them off planet. But one of the things you have to remember with the way that 40k works, a battle is actually representing like a section of a larger combat going on and stuff like that, depending on where you are in the campaign and stuff. But the way I'm going to plan to do it, there will be some games where the points limit is more than the total points you have for your army, so that if someone has chosen to go all in on getting more stuff, they will have a chance to overpower the other enemy in a certain battle. That kind of thing. But you may also choose to make your troops more elite, and therefore actually you'll be better off that way. So I'm really interested to see how that works. And suffice to say, I have a lot of gaunts so that Ciro can have a lot of foot troops if he needs them. Okay. Sorry, I'm nearly done with these 8 guys, painting them this one colour. And once that's done, I can start colouring in the cloth and making it look pretty. Lot of gout? What? I have gaunts. I don't have gout. Will there be an obnoxious Governor General that makes life difficult for the PDF troops? If there is, it will be me for the fun of it, yes. And it will be based... I suspect that may be the basis of some of the stuff that people dropping subs will be able to do. Vive, did you hear what the planet's going to be called? The first planet for the campaign. Actually, I need to ask Mind System what they want to name the second planet, because I owe them for a very old thing. Yeah, it's going to be Lavivia. I'm excited to finally use the name for something good. I never felt like the Minecraft thing was quite enough. So I'm excited for that. And it's such a good name for a planet. Right. So once this is painted in this first colour, I then have to take everyone's favourite Nuln oil and water it down with... Nope, that's contrast medium. Is that what I've been using? That's hard coat. Definitely don't want to use that. Is that what I've been using for this? Okay. I don't think I was supposed to use that, but I've been using it. So that's fun. Yes, basically I want chat to be able to be the tropes, so that when my players are trying to be like, here is the most beneficial thing I can do, I want you guys to be able to just like wreak havoc and make it harder for people. Oh, that's too watery. But I love the idea of also affecting the Tyranids as well, making it harder for them. Like, imagine you drop subs and suddenly turns out the match today is in boggy fields, so the Tyranids are slowed down. So they may have been winning and had loads of extra points, but now they are moving 1 inch slower or something, giving the guard more of a chance to fight back. Also, there's going to be some moments where they're going to find equipment. Like, the guard are going to find equipment and stuff. And it's entirely going to be dependent on certain roles. And I imagine I'll also make it so that the community can kind of get involved. Because if you... because basically, if you're dropping subs to affect the game, you're also helping me to fund purchasing the new models required to allow them to find new things for their army, that kind of thing. Which I really like the idea of. Like, I want to be able to be like in an unused storage shed. It turns out that the PDF were gifted these tanks by Griffon 4 for providing a good crop 2 centuries ago. And you go in there and you find, and then they roll a dice or 2d6 or something, and if they roll well enough they find a really good tank, and if they roll terribly they find a chimera or something. I just love the idea of you get some extra points for free, but you don't know what you're going to get. Yes, there's going to be lots of trains. I'm excited for that. Player were to drop subs purely... What, like, if you were to drop subs for yourself? Well, I'd expect you to be reasonable. And I think the only time that I would accept that is if you were trying to make something more even and not worse. That's the only time I would accept that. Especially as there should be enough matches to kind of balance it out. So if one match turns out to be really bad, we can still have it so that the other matches will bring that back again. Right, so now that everything is in grey. That's interesting, Croc. Now everything's in grey. I'm going to water down Nuln Oil and use it to shade the cloth. Now, I don't know how well this is going to work with this brush. Should be fine. There we go. So we got some Nuln Oil, and then we just need to get some water. I'm going to try it with water and see how it comes out. If it doesn't come out that well, I'm going to use contrast medium. I'm going to do, that's going to be 3 parts water, 2 part Nuln Oil. And the idea is that we're going to paint this over, and it's just going to get into all the recesses without darkening the cloth. It might darken it ever so slightly, but the idea is it's going to get all of the edges, and this is really going to be a really cheaty and quick way to colour everything without having to go back and repaint, which makes me very happy. And this is how I saved a lot of time when I did my practice model. And it's where I wasn't saving time when I previously painted Crimson Fists. But you can already see... Oh, no, you can't. There we go. You can already see his legs are getting more definition at the edges of things. And it's just kind of showing up all the dips. It's watered down enough that it should look really good. No, not Nuln Oil. Nunln. So that's going to give us just a little more definition. Now, in all likelihood... Oh no, I do need to dry brush this. So once all the cloth has been washed to give that definition, I'll then have to dry brush, excuse me, to highlight it. So obviously we've started out with something looking very messy, and we're in the process of kind of bringing that back from the point of looking like he's just done a really bad job having a shave. And I'm probably going to have to mix up some more wash for this. We'll see. Maybe we'll get through one model. So yeah, looks like a good start. I wonder if people play a game where, like, when you're painting Warhammer on Twitch, they watch a stream until the painter uses Nuln Oil. I just feel like that's such a thing. Hello, Dark Knight. I haven't seen you in forever. How are you doing? How are things going? It's good to see you back in chat. Right, I gotta make some more Nuln Oil mix. One. Just do 2 this time. I think that'll work just as well. There we go. Okay, I think we've done a pretty good job of getting the recesses with this without staining everything. My hope is that I can get a whole squad done a stream. Who knows? But, you know, we'll try. I think the main issue is I need to dig out 2 more paint pots so I can do 10 at a time. Oh, I found my missing flamer guy, by the way. I was saying the other day I couldn't find one of the flamer guys. And turns out he has his flamer down by his side and a pistol out. So I didn't recognize him as a flamer guy initially. So annoying. Oh, no worries, Xenoverse. I'll see you again soon. Yeah, I'm hoping to make this a regular thing. I think it would be nice to make it my Monday stream from now on, but I don't know. We'll see. The main thing at the moment is I'm waiting 7 to 10 days to get a replacement 3D printer part. So as long as I don't have the 3D printer, I can't start the campaign. Because I've got to print terrain. And create terrain and stuff. There may be a time where I decide to set up my stream somewhere else. For things going... Laid off during COVID, then called back and laid off again. Oh, that sucks. Oh, good job on hanging on in there, man. You're always welcome to come and just kind of hang out in chat and let it take your mind off of things. It's kind of what the stream has always been about. It's like playing video games and not thinking about that stress. Right, I've got to mix some more of this. I do not have enough. But I do think the 1-to-1 ratio works pretty well for light cloth. It's not staining everything, which is really nice. Which is what pure Nuln Oil does. It stains the cloth. And then I have to like go back and repaint, which is a pain in the bum. Right, so then we get all this. Get this all done. All this here. Get the cloth all kind of stained. Or not stained, but shadowed. Another thing is, some people work in sub-assemblies, so they'll have like the model's part built. Honestly, I've never liked doing it. I find it really awkward. I like having my model completely built so that I can kind of mess with stuff. Oh, I have not done any of my Seek fluid intakes today because I keep stepping away when they happen. So hang on, I've got a fresh drink here. Oh, there we go. It's a Diet Coke. Right, I've taken 3 large swigs, which I think makes up for the potentially 3 redemptions I've had. I might just add a little bit more. Go. Okay. Drinking the paint water. Do you know what? I've never accidentally drunk paint water. It's one of the things I've managed to avoid after all these years. But I'll be impressed if you manage to do enough things at once to get me to that point. I'll be very impressed. Depends on the model, yeah. That's fair, Prenny. I have seen... Today I saw someone post that they were painting a Dreadnought. And it was sub-assembled so much that it might as well have still been on the sprue. And I was like... I just never want to deal with that. I sub-assembled my Eldar many years ago. And while it looked pretty good... Nothing ever glued together properly, and everything just felt really awkward. And I've completely missed this man's satchel on his leg. And I'm not going to go back and paint it, because I don't want to. He's just going to have a brown leg satchel. And we shall know him as Brown Leg Satchel Man. And that will be his title ongoing. Until someone claims Brown Leg Satchel Man as their own. Have a flag or symbol, or is it just the color scheme? So this is actually the Planetary Defense Force color scheme for the system. Partly so I don't have to repaint the bloody guys when we move off from this planet, but also because that's kind of how it works, I believe. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Brown Leg Satchel Man. But yeah, I don't know that planets have flags in 40k. They have names, but I've never really seen them have a flag. Because there's so many planets, it's possible that there's a flag between systems. But yeah. Do you know what would be really funny though? If this did so well that people are like pushing GW to make it official canon lore, then Levivia would become a planet officially existing in 40k. And I think that's hilarious. I love the idea of us like doing so well that a name that Vive made up forever ago becomes an official location in 40k. Could you imagine? That would be so funny. Right, so that's nice and cleanly shaded. That's 3 of them done. Now we're on to number 4. Clean my brush. Frogtopia. Yeah, see, we need to come up with like names that don't sound like they were made for a child's game many years ago. Was to join Warhammer Plus. No, it's there's been stuff like that adopted before. And the way that I've done this campaign is that it fits in perfectly with what we have right now. I'm going to be honest, Frog. Frogtopia makes me think of my time at Porsche. And those kind of games. Not really the grim dark future of the 41st millennium. Okay, I may have made this one a bit darker than the last one. Good, it's a nice planet. Oh yeah, the Disney spin-off. A Porsche? Why would I have a Porsche? Actually, saying that, I found out there's an old Porsche from the 80s that I could get for like $3,000. And that's very fucking cool. But you have to make sure you get the right one. Otherwise it has a van engine in it, which sucks. Can you guys see this okay? Am I still doing alright? I feel like this is the best I've got with being able to see things properly. Show things properly and have it be seen. I think this is the best I've done so far. I think you are. Did you really think I said I had a Porsche? I said my time at Porsche. Insure for 10? No. Because it's that kind of car at most probably be like £700 to insure for me. I haven't crashed in... I crashed once when I first learned to drive, like a year and a bit after passing, but I haven't crashed since, so my insurance is usually pretty good. Oh, hang on a sec, Zero. Just gonna wash this sleeve so it has some shade to it. Okay. I don't know why I never used to water down wash. It really has made a big difference. Actually, I think I know why. It's because I hadn't used... I'd gone from using inks to washes, and like inks were so heavily shaded that washes felt like just nothing like that. So I didn't feel the need to. Right, I think that's worked pretty well. Oh God. Croc, please, it's a video game called My Time at Porsche, spelled Portia. Right, I will seek fluid intake. Armies I have, hang on. Ultramarines, Black Templars, Crimson Fists, Imperial Guard of varying kinds, Death Guard, Nurgle Demons, Chaos Marines, Eldar, Tyranids, Grey Knights, a different set of Crimson Fists that was just like a specific one army. Blood Angels, but they're all first edition models, like this guy. Here is a first edition Dreadnought. He looks like a peanut. Uh, more armies. Ultramarines were my first army, so they're painted terribly. Terribly. Words. Armies. What else do I have? Oh, I've got Necrons. I've got something else. That means you're old enough to drink, Basil. Well, over here anyway. Also, hello, Temetry. I don't know if I said hello to you earlier. What other armies have I got? Oh, I have like 4 Bane Blades. I don't know how. Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't miss you. I've probably got a whole bunch. Bane. Bane. I've got a whole bunch of fantasy armies I need to sell. I've got a Necromundan gang. This was a poor question to ask because I have like 15 armies. Oh, I have a fantasy army that's Chaos Knights or whatever they're called, the ones that are in full plate armor from way back in the day. I even have the Harry the Hammer model, which, like, most of you don't know what that is, but it's a very old model. It's been around for a long time. Anyway, you've distracted me from doing the washes on the other 4 of these models, and I need to get on with this. Into Beyblades. I'd be very impressed, because I'd be making them from rectangles into circles, and that's hard. I also think it'd be really weird to hear the Astra Militarum coming across the battlefield, just going Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip. I just think that'd be really weird. It's just a weird battle cry, you know? I don't think anyone would know what they were on about. But I suppose as aliens, they're not really going to know that anyway. Make them into squares, which is close enough to a I guess. Yeah, one of the Beyblades... Fuck, you've made me say it now. One of the Bane Blades is just the chassis, where I've taken the tracks off of it to use for a different Bane Blade, so that I could have the tracks go all the way around. One of my friends at the time had used the turret for something else, and he was like, you can just have this to get the tracks. And then I asked them if they wanted the body of it back, and they were like, no, you can just have it. So then I had that. One of them I got as part of a job lot of stuff. One of them was one of the first Bane Blades, which I turned into a Plague Marine one for my Plague Marine army. And then... Oh, the other one's a Shadow Sword I never finished. I actually need to get some replacement parts for it to fix it up. So I don't want to use any named characters for the reason that I want the campaign to create those characters. I want them to have their own story, because in the way that the Crusade rules work, a named character cannot gain XP. You know, they can't get negatives and they can't die, but it's not going to generate that kind of story. So it's important to me that people are going to make their own characters who are going to come out and become super fucking cool and, you know, show everyone their wizard magic or whatever. That's very misleading, because the vast majority of them do not have anything like wizard magic. So I just mix that? Yes. Okay, I need a bit more for that. Yeah, they are pretty much wizards. It's just, I don't want to be misleading with it, you know? Okay, that's number 5 done. Any psychers in the chat? Any psychers in the game? That is up to my players. While I have decided on certain elements, the players will have to make their initial 1,000-point armies and kind of discuss it with me. With the idea that none of the armies, I really don't want the armies to turn into any kind of, I will take 6 Lehman Russes or whatever, you know, squad spam. What's important to me is variety. So there will be some level of, like, we're going to have a discussion and they're going to take the stuff they think they like the most with the same... I want to see that kind of thing of... You know when you first started collecting Warhammer and you were like, I'm going to use my pocket money this week and I'm going to buy a Predator tank because I don't have one. You know, stuff like that. That's what I want. I want to see them going, well, we don't have one of these and I think they're cool, so let's have that. You know? To me, that's what I want. This isn't about it being a tournament. It's not about it being the best army on the board. It's about being the most interesting. And, you know, if a unit turns out to be complete garbage, I will allow them to replace it. Under the thing of, like, some units really are just terrible. But, yeah. Called it once or twice. What's that? Yeah, I'm glad that Above Earth remembers the thing about the Emperor needing to be fed 1,000 psychers a day. Similarly to using this wash, I'm going to be using watered down contrast paints on the Tyranids to get shades on stuff. It's actually quite exciting to see it on the models because it looks white, but then you realize it's off-white, and then you realize it's got a tint, and it works quite well. It's taken me a bit to kind of get happy with it though, because I struggle with seeing white tinted. It always feels like it's wrong. So it's taken me a bit to kind of get into the right headspace for it. Also, you guys have been watching me just do like really easy stuff so far. And I've got to paint some really complicated stuff after this step. But I have to do this step first. There we go. Right, 2 more to go. Hello, Alistair. How you doing? Hey, Dazork. When am I doing the first new bit? I want to handpick some mod suggestions, but final week's killing my free time. I mean, I'd like to do it. I'd like to start it by like Wednesday or Thursday, but we shall see. Please, please concentrate on your exams first, Dazork. Please. I don't want to be responsible for you not doing well in your exams, okay? We have a lot of smart people in the community who've done a lot better than me in their exams when I was at school. And I'm very proud of you guys for concentrating on school and doing well. Basalt, for example, recently got pretty much, I think, every score in the 90s, which is just insane. Saf works for like some crazy company that does GPS of some kind now, because they did so well. I want you guys to succeed, not to just watch me. Should see their scores. Yes, this is the thing I was saying. Absolutely. Above Earth paying attention to one thing and then not the other. Wonderful. Right. More excuses to get stuff done. No worries, Dazork. If you've got a couple of things you kind of know now, or when you're like taking a break from stuff, if you want to drop some things, please do. Just bear in mind, I don't want to be adding like a giant arsenal of extra guns, or adding like a whole bunch of quest lines or something. Because my plan is to play it and have people kind of who've played the game before be able to go, oh, I know what's going on, and then enjoy that. And me go, I don't remember any of this game, so I'm still learning it anyway. Right, let's get this leg done. I might have to adjust this mic. I know it's a bit quieter than the other one. But the nice thing is, I'm really enjoying painting. And it doesn't feel bad. Okay, I need to mix up some more of this before this gets bad. Put one of that. One of water. Okay. Studying is important. Your missiles. So it depends on what you mean. So I'm using Nuln Oil, which is a GW, well, a Citadel wash paint. But I've mixed it 1-to-1 with water, which is why it's not staining the surface. If I painted this on without watering it down, it would stain the surface and darken the whole paint. And that's a big part kind of how washes tend to work. Right, going downwards seems to be easier. Yeah, basically 50-50 of Nuln Oil and water seems to work quite nicely. Oh, nice. Thank you for having a look, Croc. That's positive. I imagine the people that are above me are people who've been doing this as their main thing for a while. This is my first stream back to this, and it's nice to know people did always enjoy them. Yeah, try 50-50 of water if you're using Nuln Oil. Seems to work quite well for me. I enjoy it. And then just kind of pay attention to how I'm brushing this. If you notice, I'm brushing towards recesses and kind of making sure that I push it out of large flat areas. The other thing is, there's nothing wrong with going back and just tidying up with the previous paint afterwards. An easy way to do that is actually to just dry brush it over the top. I find that works quite well. You may also notice that there are a couple of places where this paint isn't perfect, and that's because it doesn't matter. And the reason it doesn't matter is that after I've done this wash, I'm going to go back and I'm going to dry brush over the top in a lighter colour to give it some highlights. And once you've painted a model like this, no one is going to look at it extremely closely ever again. In fact, you guys are seeing this model about 10 times larger than I'm seeing it, you know? The word miniature in their name, that's fair. Yeah, I thought there would be. Also, thank you guys for adding your votes to that user thing yesterday. We helped them to get over 700, which is awesome. They managed to pass that point, which means more people know about it. Thank you, Basil. Yeah, hopefully see you again soon. Be nice to see you back in chat a bit more. Be false advertising for Tollwall. Yeah. Too true, Above Earth. Too true. Remember when I said it would be easier to start this from the bottom, from the top, and then I started from the bottom again? Yeah, I'm real smart like that. Right, just one arm left to do. What's going on here? This feels... Yeah, I think I've left his arm a little bit patchy. It's okay, because once I dry brush it, it'll cover up a lot of this. Also, people will often advise you to use a certain brush for certain whatever, and while it does make life a bit easier with certain things, I'm currently using a set of brushes that cost $6.99. Now, the reason I'm doing that is they were actually recommended to me by JKL, who is someone who professionally makes models and paints them for his work. He works for Mantic Games. And he basically said, get the cheap brushes. These are fine. These will work. Also, that almost says wolf, but it doesn't. By Big Brush. There's a lot of rebranded brushes out there that people are like, oh, this is the best brush ever, and they get sponsored to say that. This is another part of why I never get sponsored, because I'm always bloody honest about what I'm using. But you get what I mean, like... Oh dear. It's not great. There we go, I had to mix up my paint. Almost as tall as me. Yeah, I think he's a similar height. Hang on, I thought I heard Frosty say something. I think she's okay. So let me show you what I bought. It's this thing. What is this? Detail miniature paintbrush set. And it's just got a bunch of different sizes. And the thing is, right, this cheap like £7 set of brushes came with this brush. It is the tiniest brush, but it allows me to paint eyes. And honestly, I have never had a better brush for painting eyes. And it's tiny. And it's fine. I don't need anything else. Just going to be able to talk over eyes. Dear. So the next thing I need to do is, one, check that these are dry, which it does appear to be. And then I'm going to use white to dry brush these, but I don't know. Should I use the dry brush to do it? Or the regular brush? In my opinion, I'm usually pretty happy using the regular brush. I'm not sure. What is going on, Vu? Mostly focusing on how big I need the paints to be, that's fair. Oh, because of the tiny brush, I see. I can't remember. I know I used this for dry brushing the Tyranids, but I'm not convinced. So I'm going to try starting with this brush. It's a bit wet. Hang on. Thanks, Neural. God is a nice planet. I don't know what that means, but okay. Neural's such a good bot. He doesn't make any fucking sense. It's great. Okay, so we're going to get most of the paint off because we're dry brushing. Okay. Okay, needs a bit more off. Yeah, this might be a bit wet actually. Yeah. Okay, we're going to switch to the dry brush. Second planet's name. Just God. My favourite planet name. God. Welcome to the almighty planet God. Yeah, that seems to work okay, actually. Okay, we'll take this. We'll use the dry brush. The thing about using a dry brush is it often makes the paint look dusty. But actually for a lot of this, that's quite good. Like for cloth, the dusty look helps quite a lot. And especially with using white to highlight a light grey. Okay, that's that one done. Easy. Reasons, but yeah. Yeah, you might notice that there's dust coming out of this brush. I'm not saying I haven't painted in a while, but there's dust coming out of my brush. So I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, they're quite large. There will come a time where I have to paint large miniatures, you'll see. And I tend to use different techniques. So like dry brushing doesn't really work. I mean, it can, but only for specific things. But yeah, let's get these legs dry brushed. But well, dry brushing models well is so helpful. Because yes, I could line every little edge on these models, but I already have 25 of these men to paint. There wouldn't be any dust. Look at this brush. Tell me how I would lick this brush. Tell me why I should lick this horrible brush. No, thank you. Sorry, is this focusing again? Yeah, okay. To be fair, if someone dropped 10 subs and said lick the brush, I probably would. I wouldn't show you though, because that'd be fucking weird. There we go. So you can see the grey is really starting to kind of come into its own now and get some proper colour. Drink the paint water. Sorry, I just read what Dazork said. And no. No, I won't drink the paint water. It's bad for your health. I would, for 100 subs, I'd rinse it out and drink out of it, but I wouldn't do anything else. Sorry, I'd rather keep my health when it comes to that. I also have many allergies, so I can't do a lot of... You know how a lot of streamers do, like, the... eating spicy... Like having the... oh my god, what are they called? The jelly beans that have, like, weird... flavours and stuff. And that kind of thing. Most of the time, I can't have those. Because, you know, it may taste horrible, but it also may send me to the hospital. Fun! Oh, this guy's coming off of the base. So, calm yourself. Bean Boozle, yeah. I can't do that. My allergies are too bad. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying the painting stream though. It's really exciting. Because I really enjoy 40k and I really want to be able to do more of the content. You can also see I'm like doing heavier dry brushes on like elbows and things because it emphasizes the joints. Give you 1 sub if you eat a Carolina Reaper pepper. I actually like spicy food. Find some of the streams disgusting. I don't like people spitting, etc. Spitting? Wait, what streams? Yeah, I like spicy food. The problem is that, so my dad has, he's been ill for my entire life, basically. And, part of that is that he can't have like spicy foods and things. So I kind of forgot that I like spicy foods until I met Frosty and she started making me like more different things and stuff. And I've rediscovered how much I enjoy spicy foods. Eating sounds. Do you remember when I used to eat on stream with you guys? I used to be super paranoid about people hearing me eat. Okay, he's done. Oh, fair enough, Xavier, yeah. It sucks, right? We also couldn't go abroad after a while because insurance companies would not insure my dad. To go abroad because of the kind of illness he has. I need to sort out this guy's blue tack. Hello, Mind System. How you doing? Right, I need a little bit more of this. Get rid of it off the brush. Oh, thank you for the 100 bits. Can't believe it.
Wow. Painting 40,000 Warhammers? I can't believe it. Where do you get all the space? And all the paint? Amazing.
I mean, it's clearly a contract job. So it's for the American Army. Clearly. I don't know. Speaking of which, I really appreciate all the stuff that you guys enable me to do. Like, the support you guys give the stream has meant that I've been able to even begin to think about doing a campaign like this. And like, I've had the time to really think about what I want to do, and it makes me really happy, and I appreciate it massively. And I just hope I can kind of do well enough with this that you guys feel like sorry, I hope I can do it justice, is what I was trying to say, but I was reading things at the same time. Sort of laughing at the thought of insuring someone. Oh, I've never heard that. But to be fair, insurance companies are a bit shit, aren't they? Right, so, if I remember rightly, what colour did I do this? I think Altdorf is the main colour, and then Calgar blue is the highlight colour, and we start with Cantor blue to get it kind of nice and clean. So let me just check if I've got a brush that's slightly smaller than this. The only one I want to use for that. I may have ruined this brush and have to get another one, but we'll see. Oh no, that seems alright. Okay, so we're on to the blue stage now. So we get a bit of blue paint. We add about a 1:1 mix of water. We go back to our first guy, and we move this because the focus is off. Hang on. There we go. So as you can see, he's got grey, but he needs some blue. And so we need to start just getting the blue on there. This is where things get slower. I don't use a wet palette. I have one, but I haven't used it yet. Hello, WW Wolf and Money Dog. You did. Oh, I'm sorry, Money Dog. Okay, this brush is feeling a bit awkward. Okay, I might need a higher detail brush actually. Especially because this has a bit of a curl to the end. The trailer. A Lego Star Wars movie / show. It has Darth Jar Jar in it. Oh my god. So it's unofficial then, but that's hilarious. I love it. Right. I need a slightly larger brush. No, slightly smaller than the current one I'm using. Larger in general. Right, okay. So, I've forgotten to close the last paint I used. Very unhelpful. So, get a bit of dark blue. Put it on the palette. Water it down. And start painting. Yeah, he's focused. Good. Sorry, you may not see this bit. Just because of the way I have to angle him. I have to do a bit of tidying up there. Please stay focused. It's very annoying, camera, when you don't. So generally, when I'm painting stuff, a 1-to-1 mixture of the paint with water seems to be just enough to get it to flow without it just not like placing anything. Fell during recess. I'm gonna have to repaint his boots black, but that means I can do some of this a bit quickly. Funny because I actually painted a stormtrooper this colour years and years ago. It's good then, is it? I'll have to watch the trailer after stream. But it sounds like it should be a fun thing to watch. Oh, come on. Focus game. Focus camera. So his boot covers are going to be blue. Because he's a posh little boy. But yeah, I've bought a wet palette, and I haven't tried really using it yet. IRL has a game confirmed. There's a bunch of Star Wars stuff that people don't like. Like, quite a lot of Star Wars stuff that people often don't like. And I mean, there's always been terrible Star Wars. Just watch the Christmas special. And then try and tell me there isn't terrible Star Wars. Okay. So that's his little shins in blue. And one shoulder. Now for the straps, I'm thinking about doing them in brown. That way I have an excuse to do the pouches in brown as well. Yeah, I really need to start using a wet palette because I'm wasting half this paint. What happened? What did Neural do? Neural with the nat 20. Hilarious. Oh my god. Okay, get the armor painted there. Okay. So I've got to paint his belt buckle blue, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. It's interesting shadow. Oh, what did everyone else say? I missed things. Oh, all the high rolls. Except TF. TF just fucking died. Please don't trip down the stairs after that roll. Zero dying always marks the start of the streams disgusting. I don't even like the Tau. They are bad. Okay, Neural. Oh my god. Thank you, Prinny. I will do that in just a second. I know some people are probably like, oh, I can't believe he's not doing sub-assembly to do this bit. My response to that is, get good, scrub. I've been painting for many years, and I will continue to paint this way, and you cannot stop me. So stream is never disgusting. That is a very good point. Thank you for making that very clear and concise and true point. Nothing like Midwinter Minis and their horrible Land Raider. Which, if you know, you know. It was horrifying. I have nightmares about it. Most of you will not know it because you're not in the social media side of Warhammer. But that's all my Instagram is. Warhammer and DIY. And some car stuff. Do Dom assembly. Oh my god. What happened? Oh no, if you go on their Instagram, their latest post is them giving away the horrifying Land Raider I'm talking about. They're fine. Content wise, very nice people. Great little group doing lots of good things. Just made a really ugly Land Raider that scares me. It's okay. You can go find them by Googling Midwinter Minis, click on their Instagram link and look at the post without ever having to have an account or whatever. Okay? You can just look. You need to see. Oz does have an Instagram, that's true. I follow it, I think. I'm pretty sure I follow it. I think Mind System just hasn't posted in a while. Or posts when I'm asleep, so I miss it. That's very plausible. Might wash some edges, recesses even, to fill in some of these weird gaps. You may also have noticed that the blue is not completely even in places, and the reason for that is that this is just a base to help make the main level blue more blue. In a few months. Okay. I saw a post from you not too long ago on there. Oh no, it might have been a long time ago. My sense of time when it comes to these things is warped. So it probably has been months. And it just doesn't feel like it because of all the things I've had going on. Oh god, we have to choose skin tone and hair color. One of the things I really like, I said this earlier, but one of the things I really like about the new Guard is the mixture of like masculine and feminine looking faces, and even how different the features are. So a lot of them look like they actually match up with realistic features and stuff, and I really like that. So I'm supposed to do 8 more guys like this. Oh god. Time to fight the giant hornets. Right, yeah, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint the lighter blue on this one so you guys can see what it looks like. Not in my Warhammer. I shall be forever alone with my Warhammer. Anyway. So that's what some people sound like that play Warhammer. And I don't like that. I think it's very silly. I am very pleased to see more women in the hobby being more vocal about being in the hobby and telling those weird guys to fuck off. You know? My Warhammer. It's just nice, you know? This game can be for everyone. Just because it's Eternal War doesn't mean you can't all enjoy it. Okay. This blue is definitely going to need a second coat. But I'm not going to have to do it all right up to the edges because I've done the darker colour, which is super nice because it means doing this dark blue is probably the slowest part of the process. Who's got blue kneecaps? Women and maids, what? Oh my god, exactly, Frog. How many subs for women to be real? Should I be rude / creepy to... Oh my god, Alex. Yeah. We haven't had 800 subs in a long time, so... all those nunneries going to waste. People who are new to the channel are like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? But, yeah. Gotta love those old school in-jokes of the community that don't make any sense anymore to some people. It's pretty good. Gotta paint this guy's boots black. You know, originally I was gonna do these guys' armor in bone and their fatigues in red. But then I realised that's a pain in the bum to do. Hello Helia, how you doing? It's still not my birthday. But hello Helia. I haven't seen you for a while. How are things going? How are things going with Sword Bear? That's still happening? I would assume so. He seemed like a nice person. You don't have to tell anything. A wolf VTuber or a PNG tuber model? I have thought about it. Okay, definitely need to. In 2 weeks, nice. We're still together, coming up on 2 years. Hell yeah. That's awesome, Helia. I'm glad to hear it. I hope we'll see you in chat a bit more. I feel like I haven't seen you in quite a long time. So it's nice to see you reappearing. Drink the paint. Oh shit, I haven't done the last one of those. Sorry, I'm absolutely getting distracted. I think I might have to turn the room light on as well. Okay, I need a bit more paint. Gonna have to clean that up again a bit. That's looking pretty good. Oh, an ad break. Oh dear. Has Helia got a sub right now? Yeah, they're okay. Hang on, I'm just gonna scroll up and double check chat because I'm missing things. None oil isn't real. There we go. Tastes like blue. Okay, but life's gotten really busy. Ah, no worries, Helia. Oh my god, Prinny. Yeah. You got gifted a sub, Helio. Yeah. We also made it to Partner Plus level 1, which is pretty fucking awesome. We'll see how things go as to whether we get to level 2, but yeah. Is this focusing still? Yes, good. Sorry, I'm focusing again. Yep. You're still as sentient as ever. Right, let's try and... okay, we're going to wash this brush. Going to do that stretch. Oh god, the spine. Oh, the spine. Oh, that's fun. Oh, okay. Okay, and I've sought fluid intake. So now I can continue painting. No, I just did the last stretch, Zero. Oh my god, okay. Okay, hang on. Just let me get this painted. Okay, that's too watery, so... Okay, another stretch. Oh god, the spine. Oh, it's not happy. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, they did. They cancelled the update to force using the PSN thing. I thought I told you earlier. I guess I must not have. Sorry, Frosty. Alright, Sarah, have fun with Genshin. I hope you managed to get that character you're after. Okay. That's a bit too watery. So we've got to get a bit more paint. I do love these new guard models. I think they look great. Hello, Angel. Yeah, hopefully you managed to get the character later, Zero. I don't know exactly how it works, but hopefully it, you know, you get some good luck. Okay, that's done. That goes in there. There you go. It needs highlighting, but that's basically, at its very minimum, those are the colours that the guard are going to be for the Planetary Defence Force. It's getting windy. Oh. Why do you need luck for wind? Is it hurricane season? It's fucking windy. So this is the colour scheme test model, which is an old guardsman. And my god, do the new guardsman models just look better. Like, so much better. Tornado time in No Land. That's a name. Once I've painted all the foot troops as well, I've got to figure out how I'm going to do the colour scheme for these guys. It's heckin' windy. Jar Jar is canon. He's in the Star Wars thing that's Lego, so I don't think that counts. As far as I'm aware, that's them, you know, playing a good game by using it in something that won't be canon but will be fun. Because, oh, sorry, I just knocked my mic there. Because otherwise you're in the situation of trying to say that the Lego Batman movie is canon to Batman. And I mean, if you manage to do that, then that's weird. I might go round once I've done the dark blue and just do a black wash to do all the recesses around it. Intense fear, oh boy. Yeah. I mean, it's still a good movie. Thanks, Pericordis. Forever Chemicals lawsuit? What? brush is in need of a clean. What's front mission? Croc. I need to start using my wet palette, but I have to practice with it first. Oh, the drink. So what are forever chemicals in this case? Oh, cult classic thing, okay. So what does that mean? Does that mean that they stay in the person? Well, the drink was heavily discounted. Oh. Someone should message Kadoomed and let them know, because their kids really like that prime drink. Just so that they can, avoid it in the future for their kids. Yeah, I know. Above Earth, you usually talk to Kadoomed. I don't know if you're in chat right now, but would you send a message to him? Just to let him know? Is Above Earth in chat at the moment? I don't know. There we go, managed to paint that bit. Actually, that reminds me, I'm thinking about turning off message requests on Discord so people can just straight up message me because it's super annoying. A single message. If you have a DM you don't like, Alistair, you can actually just, if you hover over it on PC, I'm not sure what you do on mobile, but an X will appear on the right hand side next to the name, and you can just close that chat. If there's a chat you're trying to bury, you can just close it and then you won't see it. It's not deleted. You can easily open the conversation with them again if it's with one person. If it's a group chat, it's different because you leave the group. But if it's like a DM with a single person, and you click the X, it will remove it from the list. But then if you go to message that person again, the history is still there. Yeah. Like you just search that person and open the messages with them. Hopefully that helps. Hey, Rooker, how's it going? Oh God, Rooker, I wasn't. I didn't stream on Thursday. I can't remember. I don't think you were here yesterday. What happened at darts? We need our darts drama. I need darts drama. Okay, it's the closest thing I have to a TV soap. I need to know what's going on. Don't see it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you can open it anytime you want. You just won't see it. Dart tea. I do not have any TV soaps. Like soap operas. We need to know if there was a fight or something weird going on. So here's the deal. Oh shit. Oh shit, stuff's going down. I love it. I love it when a story starts with, so here's the deal. Just sat here painting my models. Listening to the tea. Some quality shit right there. Fair enough, Alistair. That is not actually painting. Okay, I worked with the acting vice captain of the team who made the complaints. The acting vice captain of the team who made the complaints partner. Hey, Owen. How's it going? Did I miss you messaging further up? Nothing wrong with tea. Oh, I see. I just don't drink tea. Yep. Can't work out how to word it. No, it's okay. Honestly, this makes it sound hilarious. The team who made the complaint, their vice captain. I work with her partner. Okay. Oh God, I just punched a model. It's fine. I get it. Going not good. Just coming for happy vibes. Okay, no worries. In which case, I have happy vibes for you in the form of. Here's the test scheme for the PDF. And here is a PDF trooper well on his way with that color scheme, and I think it looks really quite good with the new models. Well, it's based on the Helldivers scheme for the Planetary Defense Force in that. Also, Tyranids, sir, please focus. Tyranids, which are also spray painted in this nice, unseeable. It's not white; it's off-white, but yes, it'll work. Playing EDF. Hiding from Neural. Oh God, what was happening? Old paints. Because they were the current paints when I played. Oh, Earth Defense Force, yes. A bit of that as well. Oh God. Oh God, there's 3 conversations happening. Remember how that random guy poured a drink over the other captain's daughter? Yes. Turns out she used to work at a pub in the place I live and told the person who owns it, I want their captain banned for life. Oh God. Okay. was in Michigan and I got very scared. Oh my god, Johnny. It's okay, don't worry. And now their captain is banned for life? That's fucking rude. I don't like that. But yeah, we're getting on pretty well, Johnny. We're at the point of painting the blue on the models. I think I've done pretty well. Acting vice captain is fuming. My god. I love this. Honestly, Rooker, you should like write this into something. Because this is like the next soap opera, if you ask me. Going in to contest it. Which worried me great. Yeah. Oh my god. Like, I am living for this drama. Every week, another episode. Oh no, Helia, you don't know the half of it. The original argument in this... What, Rucker, can you explain how you originally told us about this? Because I can't even. It is so ridiculous. I think has the committee head on it. Oh my god. Just explain what the initial meeting was that happened that was completely batshit. And it did my brain in. Like, just explain that one bit. Like, how we started. You don't have to do the whole story. We just need the setup, because the setup is so batshit that I think Helia will understand where we are. Hello, Awakey V. How you doing? Yeah, I'm painting some Planetary Defense Force. We're working on them for a campaign, so I'm going to have 4 people play with these armies, and I'm quite excited to get it running. I think Lord of the Rings and Rooker's soap story are 2 very different types of things. Oh my god, we did! That's amazing. Yeah, there's going to be quite a lot of painting streams for the amount we have to paint. There will be stuff that I'll be painting outside of the painting streams. Just because there's so much of it. But when I've got to like just kind of get through a whole load of stuff, this is a really nice way to do it. And we can talk about plans for the campaign and all of that. I'm really excited to get that 3D printer working and print out some track to then have trains on as part of the terrain. I just feel like that's going to add some real flavour, and I'm definitely going to add some things to add some life to kind of the maps, like various vehicles hanging around, that kind of thing. Let's see. Did Rooker wrote the thing, right? We had a meeting. Team A made a complaint against Team B for several things. Team B behaved very poorly, and Team A's letter was scathing. And now Team B is retaliating. Also, for some reason, there was the guy with the pouring of a drink over someone's daughter there as well. It's a whole just absolutely insane thing. I don't know. It just... Yeah, so you just... Rooker just sits there and watches as this whole thing unfolds. And then every week I'm like, oh, Rooker, you've been to darts. What's happening this week? And it's genuinely like watching a soap. I love it. It's quality stuff. Team A's pub was trash, Jesus. Same thing at work. I'm watching the drama unfold. Shit, have we got another show? Helia? Helia, are we getting a different show now? Drama is the only reason I go to the meetings. Holy shit. I love it.
How's it going?
Good.
I sound like a chain smoker.
Oh, Bobs. You've been coughing.
Yeah, on and off. Also, look at my hand.
Oh, that's a big bruise.
Look what colour that's coming up.
It's like green and yellow.
Yeah. I have a feeling that's going to purple.
Probably.
Hi, Zero. You've been coughing too, Alistair. I'm sorry. My sister has had no voice for a week. I've kind of had that, except Wolf's had to tell me to stop talking.
Yeah, I had to look after you.
Sorry.
Yeah, like right now.
Is Frosty sick? Frosty was in hospital temporarily. I had a real asthma flare up. Oh, your ad's about to start. Bye. I had an asthma flare up, and so I had an asthma attack on the Monday, and work had to call an ambulance, and I came home, and then Wolf had to call an ambulance
On Wednesday.
on Wednesday, and then I was in hospital, and then I got home Thursday. Frosty stopped talking inconceivable. Inconceived babble. Fuck off, Ciro. Fucking rude. Keeping up with the Machinas is the next big story.
Oh dear. I think that might be enough for you right now.
Is that your way of politely saying go away?
That's my way of politely saying don't
He's telling me to go away.
don't make yourself more sick when you're trying to go to work tomorrow.
Ugh.
I'm just trying to make sure you're going to
mind
be alright.
system. Oh no, you don't want that. We got 3 soaps. Frosty. Honestly, I sound like one of the Marge's sisters of The Simpsons. That's how I feel. Please don't kill yourself laughing. Honestly, that is how it started on. Actually, no, it's not how it started on Monday.
That was a temperature change.
Monday started because I went outside.
Oh my god. Yeah, Frosty, you need to go and rest for a bit more,
Okay,
I think.
I'm going. Teacher cannot subsist without non-stop chain smoking. It's the stress of it, Croc. It's just coping with everything. It's just the stress of it.
Alright, go and rest.
Okay, I'm going.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I'm gonna watch Bluey.
Oh, have fun. Okay, right. I missed. Did Helia have their own thing that we need to start now? I missed the last thing. Don't even know where to start. I can try to sum it up. I would like to hear that, Helia. Still fuming that I'll never know the wacky shit that plays out? Exactly, Johnny. Crazy, right? Owen can't see the stream right now because he's not subbed. He has Prime. He just doesn't use it. I work in office. We usually get along. Quota. And now both team leads are mad and under pressure. So a few weeks ago, we had a meeting where the first question asked was, "What would make you quit?" God, we gave feedback. The next week, the meeting rolls around, and the boss of my boss berated us for 30 minutes, left the call, and the meeting was over. Ever since then, everyone has been on edge. Oh, jeez. That sucks. That is actually awful. Right, in 14 seconds, everyone tell Owen that he needs to use his Prime. Okay, the ad break has ended. Someone tell Owen he needs to use his Prime sub. so it doesn't get ads constantly. Right. So I think the top of the chest plate. Hang on. I'm gonna put a bit less paint on. Let's get the top of the chest plate. Okay. Got the chest plate. Body armor is done on both sides. That just leaves the helmet to be done in blue. The yelling for 30 minutes thing. Oh. Being yelled at for 30 minutes, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Alistair. The reason that I have ads on now is not to make money. It's to get rid of the pre-roll, so that new people coming into the stream can watch what I'm doing and not have to wait for an ad initially. It's unfortunate for people who aren't subscribed, but often subs get gifted. Subs get gifted here so often that it turns into a non-issue, generally. In that it becomes helpful for bringing in new people. It's a net gain. I do not do it for money because I make $2 a month on ads. So I'm definitely not doing it for money. Have more tea. There are more conflicts. Like another co-worker ended badly. Oh god. Oh god. Think Captain Lee helps. I think it's been helping. Yeah, originally I was going to have a popcorn emote. But we never had drama, so I never bothered. Oh shit, yeah, it's the summer. It's time for Nom to become the ice cream version. Okay, I've now done 2 in blue. This bit is a lot slower. But I can paint 8 models at a time while I have these paint pots. Also, these paint pots are literally, I have them because this was when I used to paint. I mean, this is black ink, which, by the way, I have 3 boxes of 6 of black ink and of brown ink as well. And I need to sell them off because I don't need them. It's 19 years ago, yeah. Who's gonna watch Bluey? Right, so on to the next one in blue. Yeah, I need to find a couple more of these because I have like a box of them and they're quite useful for this. Very lucky, that's good, Helia. It's good to not have drama. I think the only times I've had drama is when people decide that they don't like me. And that's about it. Most of the time I still don't know why people got annoyed with me. So that's fun. But now I just get to paint miniatures, so... Could ever dislike you? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Playing the trumpet. In 2003, I started secondary school. Okay. I'm pretty happy with how this armor's turning out. I think I've done alright. Building Minecraft all wrong, and then you stream and my misplaced... Yeah. I build a certain way. I think also there's often misunderstandings of how I see things and how you see things above Earth. And that gets very confusing. So inventory, oh my god. Every time... That is real fucking sus. Isn't it a creative game? Look. Everyone plays Minecraft differently. And I like to play it slowly. And not get to, like, ultimate power immediately. And a lot of people don't play it that way. And it upsets them greatly. That's not what Above Earth is about. With Above Earth, it's, I think we should build it this way. And I'm like, I think we should build it this way. Probably 90% of the time, it turns out it's the same thing. We've just said it differently. Because you used hyperlinks? What? Oh, did you try to, Did you try to do the thing where you did text and then the link? We have that disabled by using automod because it can be used to trick people into clicking things they shouldn't. I'd like you more if you had trapped me in your basement. Oh my god. All plays on average. I think part of it is that I do a lot of planning and then suddenly there's a building sort of thing. And for me it's about building... It's about building pretty buildings. Because 99% of the time, people will build the functions and then move on to the next thing, and they won't bother making something look nice. But to me, as you can tell by the fact that I'm literally painting models right now, I like things to look nice and to look properly finished. Excuse me, focus on the model, thank you. But yeah, that's my focus is. And the other thing is, my version of pretty is industrial. When it comes to what we're doing, I like industrial. I think it looks cool as hell. So, like, I have a way of liking doing that. Also, everyone seems to think I don't build roofs, despite the fact that I've built a roof on every building I've built. I even rebuild them to make them nicer. I can't win, okay? That's where I'm at right now. Okay, so we're just getting the chest plate done here. So at the moment, I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to play Deep Rock Galactic. So hopefully people are around for that. Not sure what to do about some of these belt bits. Because I'd painted the belt blue on my test model. But I'm thinking of doing it brown because I'm going to have the straps over the body armor be brown. So I don't know. I feel like blue doesn't look as good in that space. Drunken dwarves on stream. Yeah, that's true. Didn't like a house I built in Minecraft. They put TNT in my basement. Is yet to step on all of them yet? Good on you, Helia. No one should blow up your builds. That's not fair. Oh god, chat, it's 9 o'clock. It's time to start winding the stream down. Thank you so much for watching today. It seems like this has been really popular, which is wonderful because I'm enjoying it greatly. I feel like I have such a good colour scheme and I'm really excited to do more of this. Oh, but I hope you've enjoyed watching that. Let's switch over to the ending screen because it's 2 minutes to 9 and I finish at 9 o'clock. But yeah, thank you so much for subscribing today, guys. And gifted subs as well, I believe. Let's go back and run the credits. Oh, I'm glad you guys have enjoyed it. There will definitely be more painting. I think Mondays might be my painting day. We'll see how things go. Feels like the right time to do so. I'm gonna have a quick look at who's around. Oh, not many people actually. Maybe we'll just leave it for today. I don't think I've got anyone to raid that I really want to. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it for today. What's he playing? Helldivers. Yeah, we can raid Trumpet. Okay. He just completely died. So go and help him out. Go join the raid, guys. Don't despair. Join the raid. Go say hi. It's always nice. Go say hi to Trumpet. Thank you for watching today. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed watching me paint. I feel like I've done actually a pretty decent amount today, which is a wonderful feeling. But for now, I'm going to go have something to eat. Go say hi to Trumpet for me. and enjoy the rest of your evenings. Good night, everyone.